In this video, I'll introduce you to creating the bill of materials. Now that we're ready to create the bill of materials, we'll discuss adding items, editing items, we'll look at cloning and changing quantities, as well as price adjustments. In a previous video, we set up systems and locations. Let's go ahead and add some items. There's a few ways we can go about it. We can start with this Add Products icon up at the top. I actually like these tools on the left side. I can pull out a view just like the catalog and go ahead and search. A Ring Elite door station, and I believe this is the one that I want. So I have the entry porch selected, home security assigned, and I will simply drag this right to the main window. And we've now added our Ring doorbell. Let's go ahead and search for a lock set for the front door. I'm looking for a quick set part. Not sure if I have it. Oh, so this is telling me that I don't have any quick set items, but I can search the library. That'd be great. And I know I am looking for a specific item. So when this loads up, I'll go ahead and add the model to my search term. Okay, so we see some quick set items, and it's a 99140-020. See if we can find the specific one. Oh, and there it is. Perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and click the download button to add that directly to my project. Both items have been added. It looks like the location was not set for the quick set. Let's just refresh here. Yeah, it's not. So I'm simply going to notice that entry porch is selected, home security is selected, and it says assign right here, and those names are listed. I'm simply going to drag the item right to the assign button, and it's been reassigned. I'll refresh, and now both items are in the entry porch. The quick set has some sort of a pricing validation error, so I'm going to click there. It looks like I'm missing the cost and price, so I'll add some price information. This costs me $279 and it sells for $4.99. Notice I already have labor. This came directly from the library. So now let's move on to a scenario where I want to add, I'm going to go ahead and look for some speakers to add. So I'm going to type in origin here. I'm looking for the D61 and I'd like to add a quantity of 2 per location. I'll click add to project. And we got 2 speakers added to each room. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and add some sources for our speakers. So we'll go add some items to the equipment center. I think we'll work with some Sonos amplifiers. Just type in Sonos amp, and that's the specific item I want. And I would like 2 of those as well. And this time I'll just drag it over. We've looked a bit at editing items. So for instance, if I double click, the item opens where I might make some modifications if I needed to add a specific description, or I wanted to adjust the price. Maybe I wanted to add a discount of 5%, things like that. So, and I'll simply save when I'm done. What if we also had a side door, and on that side door I wanted to add the same lock and I wanted to do the same Ring doorbell? So let's say we go back to the locations and I'll add another location and I'll call it side door. We'll move this down the list a bit, and we'll go ahead and adjust our equipment center because I want that to be the last item when we run our proposal. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the 2 items. What I can do is I'll go back to home security and then I'll select the side door. And there's a couple of ways this can be done. Notice I have the items selected and it says add 1 location, 1 system. And again, I can just grab and drag them over. And then now the items were duplicated at the side door. Now let's add some speakers out on the terrace. I don't have anything in particular in mind, so I'll just search for outdoor speaker, and maybe we'll use some Sonance Mariners, right? Some 66s or maybe some 86 whites. So we'll add 2 of those as well, and I'll go ahead and drag those in. Okay, so we do have a pricing issue. Let's go ahead and adjust that. And then I am going to change the quantity of amplifiers. I need a 3rd amplifier now, so I can simply click on the quantity and change that value. Now there's a second outdoor space where we'd like to add additional speakers. I can right click and choose clone. One of the really cool things I can do here is uncheck the box that says to keep the cloned items in the same location. I could pick a different location, and I can also just click the manage button and I can add an additional location here on the fly. And I will choose that location as the location to clone to. And now I get another set of the speakers. And then of course we need an amplifier to go with that. So we'll just adjust our quantity. Okay, let's discuss pricing just a little bit. I want to point out right across the top here, it says that we have 16 items, an installation price of about $90 to $100, and almost 18 hours of labor. Installation price, the basic definition of that is equipment, labor, and adjustments pre-tax. So when I say adjustments, what do I mean? Well, let's take a look here under settings, and we'll go to price adjustments and rounding. Right at the top here, there are 3 different adjustment options: product adjustment, miscellaneous parts, and labor adjustment. All 3 of these adjustments are adjustments to the price of the product or the labor. Product adjustment and miscellaneous parts adjustment are really the same type of adjustment. The reason we have 2 is that we can show them differently in reporting. One example might be to use product adjustment, maybe with a negative adjustment as a discount for equipment. And then we're also adding back in 2.5% for miscellaneous parts. And we could also make an adjustment for labor. Now that you've been exposed to some concepts related to creating the bill of materials, to learn more, you can visit the System Integrator Help Center. You can find that at docs.dtools.com. Go ahead and search for Project Editor to browse some additional topics.